Good morning. I'm leaving Swag of the Blue Ridge behind. Had a good night last night. I think it rained off and on, but it was peaceful. It was really, really dark. I don't think I've ever seen such a dark night. But I slept pretty good. Didn't really hear any noises until this morning, right when the sun was coming up. So, besides the sound of rain and water hitting my tarp even when it wasn't raining. But let's see, I'm going to turn this around. Alright, so I'm going to try to do another 9 to 10 miles today. It'll put me on pace to camp around the border tomorrow. Looking forward to finishing Georgia. Yay! It was funny when I woke up this morning after hearing some weird bird noises. I saw somebody sitting on a log, and it was like 6 o'clock, not right in front of me, but not too far from me. And realized it was Pack Mule, who had slept at the shelter. He said he got up at 4 a.m. to get a good start because he knows he's a slow hiker. Like, wow, I can't imagine doing that. I am not ready for night hiking in the dark. I think that would be a little scary. Alright, well, this is my view heading into some mountain laurel. I've heard this was a really pretty section. Oops, spider web. Guess he didn't get them all. It always gets dark, but the camera adjusts. So that's really what it looks like. All these curvy windswept trees are so pretty. Alright, let's talk about water in Georgia. There's hardly ever water right off trail. You always have to go. This one is only 0.1, but it is very steep. So I left my pack at the top. I'm just carrying my water thing down. But the next one is 0.4 off the trail. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So I have to lug water for the next 5 miles before it's even close to trail. Definitely. Alright, I need my poles. The water's down there. Alright, very frustrating. Could only get about a half a liter. I left my scoop up with my pack, and all of this is just too low. Every time you put water in, water comes out. So I tried to make a little leaf, but it could only give me a half a liter before it starts spilling out. So, very frustrating. Now I have to climb back up that steep trail. Alright, made it to Addis Gap and see water 0.5. No thank you. There's a few campsites here though. If I was staying here, I might walk down there. But alright, next we are climbing Kelly Knob. And this is supposed to be one of the toughest climbs in Georgia. So wish me luck for the next mile. And then I get to have a lunch break. Alright, I made it to the top of Kelly Knob. It took me like just over an hour. I'm not sure if this is a spot to sit for lunch. I'll keep going a little bit. And if there's nothing better, I'll come back here. But, it was tough, but they had lots of, like every 0.2 or so, there would be a log or a rock to sit on. So that was nice. I'm hoping there's a better view than what I just saw. It would be a little disappointing after that big climb. But it is a nice day. I'm really glad. I feel like I'm already going down. I'm really glad the sun is covered by clouds. It's not as hot as it was yesterday. Alright, let me look and see what I got coming up. I always love the ferns. Hallelujah. I found an unmarked water source right on trail. It's filling at a decent rate. Oh, I'm so grateful. Yeah, there's the trail. A lot of downhill today. Yay, a real water source. And here comes a little bench. I'm very happy about this. Alright, well, that's the end of my day too. It has been a very long day and a longer evening setting up. For some reason, I could not get my tarp up right, and I know it's going to storm in about 2 hours, so hopefully it will stay. The ground was really hard and I couldn't get my stakes in, so I have them propped with rocks. I don't think I can flip this. So anyway, I did not quite make it to Cowart Gap. I stopped at a spring campsite about a little less than a mile from there. My feet were just done. So it's not a big deal to make that up in the morning where I'll be fresh. But I haven't even actually looked at my stats for the day. I've been so busy setting up camp. So I will look at that now and add to this video in a minute. All right, take my glasses off. So I did 8.5 AT miles, 9.3 official. I had to go down to get water quite a bit. But the elevation was, I've forgotten already. I think it was like 2,400 up and 2,700 down. So it was a lot more down. The first big climb, Kelly Knob, was definitely where most of that elevation gain was. So I think tomorrow is a little bit less severe when it comes to the elevation gain. So we shall see. Well, the storm is here. Brought the tarp with the doors. So the first set of storms brought my tarp up, like it went flying. So I was running around in the middle of a lightning storm trying to get my tarp back in place. That was fun. But now I'm hunkered down, ready for part 2. Alright, so the storm came and whoop, there goes my tarp. Got it back on. And now we just have this kind of rain. I can't go to sleep though because that one could rip the tarp up too. Good morning. Well, I survived the storm. I'm in the middle of drying off my tarp when these sun rays came in and hit it. So yeah, it was quite a night. These rocks. After the first wave of wind and storms, these rocks got pulled up. So, but they held for the second half and throughout the rest of the night. But, so officially, my charger broke off and got stuck in my camera. Like right while I was in the middle of trying to get the tarp back in the middle of the rain. I'll let you look at the pretty view. Well, I tell you that unfortunately that means my trip is going to have to come to an end. I can't go the next 2 days without any power. I use it too much for the GPS to be able to communicate with my husband, and also for tracking and knowing how far it is to the next water source, things like that. So I'm going to hike a mile or so back to Dix Creek Gap and finish for now. So that means North Carolina is still not here. I will not yet get to say goodbye to Georgia. There's 8 miles left to Georgia. I'll have to come back to finish that another time and keep going into North Carolina. So very sad, but my battery's low, so that's all I'm going to be able to write for the rest of this journey. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And I will see you next time. All right, goodbye, Georgia Trail. I'll be back again to finish you. Thank you for shining on me, saying goodbye.